I don't know how well that's coming out. Gosh, that's a badly bent derailleur. I'm going to try and unbend it and fix it up, and then I'll show you what the chain guard protection is, because I've got some protection to go on there so that the rim shouldn't go in. So the chain shouldn't go between the cassette and the spoke. So we'll get that in and we'll have a look, and we'll unbend the derailleur, and hopefully everything will be better again, because looking at the hanger, it's not too bad. Let's look at the state of that. Needs a good clean. And then that is bent to high heaven. You can see where the chain's rubbed on it as well. That's about, well, that is the original derailleur, so it's done 11,000 miles. See how hooked the teeth are. Maybe a new one's on the cards, I don't know. That's the top jockey wheel, because the bottom jockey wheel doesn't have a metal bearing in it, and it should have, so I don't know where that went, unless it never had one. You can see when that fits in, that doesn't fit in smooth, but when that one fits in there, that fits in a lot smoother. I've cleaned up the derailleur now. You can see that's it straight, and then if you go straight down though, it's very badly bent there. So what I do is I get 2 adjustable spanners and then just manipulate the metal with in the jaws of the spanner just to unbend it. So probably the cleanest that derailleur's ever been. I have a very handy basin, £10 from Go Outdoors, collapsible silicone. See, Bodging. So I've got this chain guard, and what it's going to do is go in between the cassette and the spokes, so that'll be pointing outwards. That's the bit you'll see, and hopefully what it's going to do is all those marks there are from the chain coming off, and they're going to attack this and not the spokes on the wheel. And also hopefully that's a big enough diameter so that the derailleur catches this instead of the spokes and won't wrap around the wheel again. So what this does is it goes on here. It will go on eventually. It's getting, see, it's sort of on there now. What I'm doing is I'm filing it with the jaws of this wrench, so it'll take a while, but it is getting there. So the good news is that it goes on quite easily, but the bad news is it needs to be a bit bigger to fit around this bit at the back, and I will go out and buy a proper file and some sandpaper for it. So that's probably it for today. I'll put it all back together and see how good it runs, and then I can put this on at a later date. So a quick update, it's actually Thursday now, and I was filming on Monday morning in the dark, and now it's Thursday evening in the dark, and I've decided to buy a new derailleur. Shimano Sora 95mm cage for the 11 to 34 cassette, 9 speed, so I'll stick that on and see how well it goes. And and. It's got all the bearings in. The other derailleur is missing the bottom jockey wheel bearing, so That spins a lot nicer now. It's all straight. So hopefully it'll be a good permanent / interim fix. So it's the first test outside in the flesh, and I've just put the derailleur on. I've got my reflective jacket on, so I'll see how good that is as well. So I've just tested the derailleur, make sure I've got the full range of gears when they're like under load and stuff, and then I've had a northern lights alert, but unfortunately it's too cloudy to see anything tonight. Good evening from Farm Penglais, Aberystwyth. I'm very happy with the rear derailleur actually. I've done some flat roads, cycle lanes, mild hills, the hill up to Penparkau and Kevin Plan, so Cardiac Hill, on the very lowest gear, and I've used the very highest gear as well. It has ridden, actually there's been nothing wrong with it at all. I've got a bit of gear slippage, but that's because it's not indexed and I'm not used to like where the lever is. I said it would be a long-term / short-term solution. Obviously the derailleur will last a few years, and the old one lasted 10,000 miles, so no, 11,000 actually, so this would last as long as that at least. But it's short-term, possibly short-term, because I'm looking to convert it to hub gear on the back. I'm looking at the 8-speed Shimano Alpine hub. It's more affordable than a roll-off, and it's because I need a new wheel set built up as well, so I'm looking to kill two birds with one stone effectively. I think the hub, well, should be far more reliable than derailleurs for touring. Harder to repair, but there's nothing to get wrapped around the wheel, and that's what I'm bearing in mind, because the hanger is built into the frame and it's still a bit bent. I've unbent it a bit, but it's happened before, so it could happen again. That chain guard wouldn't fit on because of the recess from the centre to the outer part. It's recessed back too far and it won't hammer flat, it'll buckle, so it won't fit. It's built for far bigger clearances, and this is too narrow. I've also got a problem with the saddle. I don't know how well it's coming out, but I was riding along and I was sat on it, bent all the way back like that. So I've got some gaffer tape. I'm going to gaffer tape it for now, maybe buy another one, but I'm not sure as yet. I'm still undecided on the hub gear, so I'm going to take it for a ride this weekend and try and figure it out a bit more. But for now, good 10-mile test spin, back down the hill, back to the prom, and I'll do a final review down there. We've got back and it's done 11 miles flawlessly, so happy with the new setup. I've got to gaffer tape that saddle though. I'm undecided actually whether to change it to hub or not, so I'll let you know as and if I decide to do it. But I think that new derailleur, that should last a long time, provided it doesn't wrap around the wheel twice like the other one did. So I'll leave that there. I don't know what you'll make of this video. It's a bit of an unusual one, filmed over a couple of days in sort of on the fly, but I'll leave it there. I'll say thanks very much for watching, and until next time, cheerio from the Dark Aberystwyth.